So Aleksej Pokusevski. Did I say that right? I've always said that terribly. Even though my family's from Yugoslavia, like my grandfather was born in Skopje, Macedonia, raised in Belgrade. But either way, Poku is signing with the Hornets. I'm surprised he just wasn't thrown in the trade to begin with. But yes, what we're hearing specifically is Poku is a man that you can expect to be in Charlotte. The Hornets are expected to sign Poku. Sources tell ESPN the Thunder waived the former 17th overall pick in 2020. He literally had a humerus fracture and had a few other injuries this offseason. This past year, he literally had 3 pretty significant injuries and ended up never getting a shot to be put in the rotation this year, even though last year he started to figure it out. What is his position? I still don't know. At one point, people thought he was a shooting guard. At another time, people thought he was a center. I think at this point, he's kind of like a combo forward. He's a 7-foot shot blocking combo forward with a little bit of passing touch. It's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, okay, is the best way. I would say he has value. I don't realistically know how much there is, but I like that he gets a shot here in Charlotte where it's a gap year, and what he's going to be able to do, especially with the fact that JT Thor and Kai Jones didn't pan out, those minutes could go to Poku in terms of the rotations. Or last year, again, 15 minutes a night. But it's a team that stylistically are next to Brandon Miller, Nick Richards, Mr. Miles Bridges. He fits there, especially with PJ Washington gone. It makes sense for a team like the Hornets to go out and get a guy like Poku, who, if he works out, I wonder if it's going to be a multi-year deal. We haven't heard it, but he's a 7-foot, 210-pound, I think now. Super long, 7-foot, 7'3" wingspan. Problem is he's got a super thin frame, which doesn't really allow him to guard people inside the post. He's more of he's not the world's, he can rebound, but he'll get boxed out easily. But he can handle the rock. He's been able to knock down jumpers, and he can do it with his feet set or off the dribble. And he's got some playmaking ability. And he has this weird, unique skill set for being, he was a unicorn. People had real big thoughts on him. So last year he's only played 10 games this year. Last year was basically his best year. He put at 8 points, first career is basically averaging 7.5 points, 4.7 rebounds, 2 assists a night. But last year was his best splits year in terms of just shooting. He was a guy who came out and shot last year 41% from the field and 7.5 field goal attempts a game in 20 minutes and put up 3.5 threes. 3.5 threes at 36.5%. And by the way, his field goal percentage was 43.4. 41% was his sophomore year. So there's talent.